All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. I've been going over an iterative payroll system where I've been trying to teach Java, and I accidentally stopped the recording, so I want to run this again and see if it actually works now. There's my 5 employees, or 6 employees, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 employees. Total number of employees 6, total employees gross pay is that. So let's see. 42, that's about 6,000, 6,500, 4,000, and so that's about 6,000, 6,500, 7,600, 8,000. This is wrong. Okay, so my total in there is wrong. I think I'm actually calling this twice. I think that's the problem. So I'm calling it there. I'm actually calculating this twice, and that's why I'm getting this error here. I do want to, right before I print this stuff at the bottom here, let's put in a couple more. It's figuring out the right number of employees, and then it's actually doing the calculation correctly. The problem that I'm having is I am calling get gross pay here so I can get it for the appropriate one, but I'm also calling it, so I'm calling it both here and here. The only way I can figure out how to fix that would be to literally print these all out right here. So I'll tell you what, Control A, Control C, just in case I hose this up. Got the original now. So I've got all those. I'm going to grab all of these, copy this to the clipboard, paste all those in. So first name, last name, etc. That's creating it, so now I can print it out. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to try something again. So let's get this back to where it was. All right, so that's the gross. I'm going to change this from employee LCV.get gross pay. I'm going to change this to gross LCV. All right, so let's see what, if anything, that did. File, save all, run the program. Well, now I've got too much space and I can't read the last one. Let's get rid of this thing that says payroll object here. And I've got too many. Let's try that. Employee 1, Employee 2, Employee 3, Employee 4, Employee 5, Employee 6. All right. So I am grabbing, just so you see this, I am grabbing for the first name and last name, a first name from here and a last name from there. Notice it's 1-1. Here it's 0-1-2-2 and 0-1-2-3-4-5. Okay? The hours worked. Again, we can try a couple of these. So the hours worked, come on, get out of there. 1149 times 2569. 294.71. Perfect. Well, it's not, it actually should have bumped that up to 72. I'm not going to complain though. All right. So about 300, so that's about 5,000, 6,300, 7,300, 8,300, 80, that'd be about 14,000. So that looks like it's right. Well, again, I always amaze myself. Not that I'm that good. Please don't think I mean that. I don't. But that I can do stuff like this and get it to work. So I use the exact same payroll program, the same payroll class that we had before. I did not make a change to it. I made mucho changes to the driver. So let's go over those. Taping, that's a good thing. All right, so we'll get done with that. I'll have a few words to say about Chapter 8 after that. Okay? All right. So what did I change? Well, I don't even know what the heck that is. Somehow that got added. I clicked Optimize Inputs and it removed it. Okay? All right, so here's my driver. All of the stuff that's in here, everything, all of this could have been put down here. But I made a constant. I said I'm going to have 6 employees. All right? I made 2 decimal patterns, one with a dollar sign and one without a dollar sign. I made 2 arrays, an array of first names and an array of last names. There are 10 in each one. So I believe, if I'm doing my math right, there are 100 different possibilities there. Bob Green, Bob Brown, Bob Black, Bob Carter, Bob Smith, Bob White, Bob Roberts, Bob Jones, Bob Peters, Bob Robinson. Then the same thing for Mary, Joe, Carol, Mark, Jen, Kent, Barb, Mike, and Ricardo. All right? So that's those arrays. So those are 2 string arrays that I created, each with 10 elements, elements 0 through 9. Then this seeded the RAND. right? Here's our main. So this is an array of 6 payroll objects. This will, this will be an array of 6 gross pays. All right. This will be the hours worked that's going to be randomly generated for each employee. This will be the hourly rate that will be randomly generated for each employee. All right, there and there. This will be a number that gets generated between 0 and 9 to grab one of these values here. This will be a number between 0 and 9 that will grab one of the values in here. All right, this will be the output string that I'm going to build at the end. So I put in 2 for loops. This first for loop, generate a random first name from first name array. That's fine. Generate a random last name from last name array. Generate a random hours worked between 0 and 84. Generate a random hourly rate between 0 and 100. So that's the first thing. That's what we're doing in here. Right. This instantiate a new payroll object from the values generated above. All right. This will determine the gross pay for the current payroll object. All right. So this for loop will fill the array of payroll objects and calculate the gross pay for each of the payroll objects. Good enough. this second for loop here. Now they're actually saying in here that this should be a block comment. Like that. So that should fix that. So this for loop will print the array of payroll objects and the gross pay of each of the payroll objects. Okay, and that's pretty much it. This doesn't actually print it. This will fill the string with the array of payroll objects and the gross pay for each of the payroll objects. This will add the final totals via a call to the static print total gross pay function. All right, this will actually print out the entire inputs, calculated values, inputs and calculated values. That's good enough. All right. So we have now gone through the first 7 chapters of the book. Chapter 8 in the book is a short chapter, and it's on a second look at classes and objects. But we've done much of this work, not all of it, but much of it. All right. So next is chapter 9, which is on text processing and more about wrapper classes. I'm going to do that next. All right. And then that'll probably be it for me for today. And then tomorrow, when I come in, I will do inheritance, followed by exceptions. Now, for the rest of the book, starting in chapter 12, I have got this first look at GUI apps is 12. 13 is an advanced look at GUI apps. 14 is applets. 15 is recursion. No, 15 I think is using the Java FX builder, which I've never used, so I'm not going to do that. 16 is on recursion, and 17 is on databases. I have programs I've already created on those. I'm not going to go over them. I'm not going to redo them. I am going to attempt to find them and put those out on the YouTube channel. I will tell you, though, that those programs are using Eclipse, because that's the editor that I used to use. All right, so I will be back in a few minutes with a program that will be going over a couple of the wrapper classes and some of this other stuff that's in here. All right, back in a few.